I can remember walking in Chicago. It was my oldest daughter's birthday, and so we went to Chicago, and I told my whole family, look guys, look at how far I'm walking, because it was so bad, the pain was so bad that they knew, like, in stores and things, I was always very slow and I couldn't keep up with my teenagers. So I was so impressed that I was walking the streets of Chicago. It was crazy. It was night and day.
Can you describe what you were experiencing before you started getting care with us?
Well, I first started because I had really bad hip pain and back pain and everything when I think I was about like 5 months pregnant or so. And so just a lot of pain. It was hard to walk, hard to get up, move around.
Yeah, and what other ways were you trying to fix these problems that you were having?
I was trying to do other like stretches. Let's see, there wasn't really a lot that I was doing because I wanted to go a holistic route. So, obviously I wasn't going to take Tylenol or anything like my OB had said. So really just nothing. I was just kind of suffering with it.
Yeah, and how confident were you that you could have these issues resolved?
I guess I was pretty optimistic, but I wasn't really sure. I had tried other chiropractors with other pregnancies, and I wasn't completely convinced that it would fix my problems, but I thought, well, might as well try. And there was a good chance that it could at least help. So
Yeah, absolutely. And so, how would you describe the change that you saw after starting care with us?
it was crazy. It was night and day. It was I can remember walking in Chicago. It was my oldest daughter's birthday, and so we went to Chicago, and I told my whole family, look guys, look at how far I'm walking, because it was so bad, the pain was so bad that they knew, like, in stores and things, I was always very slow and I couldn't keep up with my teenagers. So it was like night and day. I was so impressed that I was walking the streets of Chicago. So
That's awesome. And I know this first, start of care with this pregnancy was a while ago, but how long did it take for you to start seeing those results and changes?
I feel like it was only a few weeks that I started to notice changes. And then I would say maybe, I don't know, a couple few months when I felt like I really had a handle on the pain and I could move and walk better and things. So I I mean, I don't think it took very long.
Yeah, and your situation or your experience in the practice was a little bit more unique because initially you started for yourself and then you started bringing the family in. Can you share a little bit about your mindset or your thought process behind that?
I guess I tried it out myself first. I wanted to be the guinea pig as being the mom. So I tried it out myself, and then I realized what a huge difference it made in myself. So I knew that it had to have, similar effects on my kids. So I brought them all in for different reasons. I think I kind of brought them in one by one because I think we started on the baby and then my 8-year-old and then finally I think my husband was the last one, so then he got on board because everybody else was talking about it. So,
And what kind of changes have you seen in the kids when they started coming in?
well, my 8-year-old, definitely, we started, with him just for different he had a lot of different needs, like behavioral things, physical needs, and, I think all of it has improved. His physical needs, when we took him back to his orthopedic surgeon, she was talking about how great he's doing and all about how physically she can tell he's doing really well. And so I told her about how he's going. At the time, he was going twice a week to see you. And she looked at his spine and everything and the curve that was in his spine and just talking about to keep up with going to see you twice a week. So
Awesome. And then, if you had to tell someone the best thing that has happened since being under care for you or for your family, what would you say that was?
I feel like when I was pregnant, my hip pain, that was the easiest, like, night and day. Like I said, it only took a few weeks to see the difference. So that in myself would be the biggest. And then really I can just tell if it's been a while since I've been adjusted. So I'm kind of at the point where I start feeling it, my back or my hips will start hurting and I know I need to get back. And then for my kids, I would say just overall health. I just think that they're all healthier than they ever have been. You know, they get the typical illnesses that other kids get, but it really only lasts like a day or two, and it's not as intense, I feel like, as it used to be.
That's great. And so when you look at the practice as a whole and your like kind of like overall experience, how would you describe the experience of working with us?
It's definitely a lot different than any other chiropractor that we've been to. I like how gentle it is and how it's not anything like scary for the little kids. And they just happily come in and lay down on the table and get adjusted. It's nothing that we have to talk them into. So I definitely like that and how it's very family orientated. Like the little ones, they're happy to lay on the table, get adjusted, and go play with toys, and it's just a part of their routine. So it's a lot different than other places we've been.
Yeah, and were there any specific moments or aspects of our service that really stood out to you?
I would say with dealing with like the older baby when she was like nervous or wasn't too sure about what you were going to do, just that you like took the time and you were patient and didn't force anything. I like that a lot. Didn't just force the kids to lay down and be adjusted. So if she wanted me to hold her and you would adjust her, you would just adjust her that way, whatever she was comfortable with.
Yeah, there's always a way to figure it out for kids to make it a comfortable process for everyone so that we can, have them be comfortable and ready, but so we can get better adjustments too that way. And so to wrap it all up, what would you say to another person who's in a similar position that you were in when you were started and they're trying to decide if they want to try chiropractic care?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, it really doesn't hurt anything to try. You have nothing to lose. That's really where I was at, and it just helps so much. I mean, why not try it?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the practice. Really appreciate your trust with your family, and I look forward to caring for them in the future.